We're going to have a look at how to create a lava lamp today. And this is the finished result. So we're going to create a blob that changes from shape to shape. So we'll build it from scratch, open up a brand new Flash document, and I'm going to set the size. It's going to be a unique size. So nice and big, it's going to be 300 pixels wide by 800 tall. Okay, so that's going to leave enough room for our lava lamp, and I'm at 50% right now. So let's have a look at my prototype and see what we've got here. Just a few different things, all on different layers. So the top goes up at the top, and then we have the let's build the base first of all. So I'm going to get the rectangular tool. I'm going to choose a linear gradient that I could use as a sort of a fill color, and then I'm going to draw the rectangle first. There it is. And then I'm going to view. I'm going to make sure that snap is off so that things don't try and snap to each other. That's often a good idea. Get rid of the guides. Now I'm going to go to my color mixture. Make sure that I pull down to linear. I'm going to put in another one. And choose your own colors, folks, but I'm going to go for gray here. Okay, and white in the middle. Okay, and then I click the paint bucket and in it goes. So gives it a different sort of a shape. Now what I need to do is go out, and I'm going to change the shape of it a little bit. So I'm going to grab the sides and pull them out, make it more like a base shape at the bottom there. And then I'm going to tuck this in a little bit here. I'll probably need to resize it. There's a trapezoid coming through. Center that. Okay. And that looks like it's a bit big, doesn't it? I'm going to maybe transform that a little bit and pull it down into shape. And we're going to duplicate this, so you won't need to copy. You won't need to do it twice. Alright, I'm going to name this layer now Base. Okay, let's still be too big. Yes. So I'm going to hit Control C to copy, and then Control V to paste it in, and then I'm going to, over he goes, upside down, and then just move into place. Push him into place. Get the lasso tool. There, that's easy to grab. Otherwise the two merge together. There we go. Oh, that's a nice effect. Move it in a little bit. Okay. Yeah. There. How's that look? Might just be too big. It looks pretty good. I think it's too big though, so I'm going to resize and grab the free transform tool and pull down. There we are. There, just making sure I've got enough room for the glass and of the lava lamp. Okay. Now let's go and add a little bit more. So we'll get ourselves another layer. Call this glass. Okay. Now it's going to sit on top of our base. So I'm going to go and I'm going to grab a rectangle, and I'll work out on the gray. Okay, so like a scratch sheet. Okay, not keen on that gradient at all. So let's go over to the color scheme. We'll keep it linear, and I'll go change the colors. Yeah, looks, what do you think? Light yellow, and then maybe something in the middle. Yeah, it looks okay. Not so bad. I'll just play around with colors. I'm going to have a glint coming in here. A bit heavy. Pull down. Let's try that. Yeah, looks like light sprinkling. Okay, play around with it though. Yours to do. So if you click on that little color circle, that way you can have more options of colors. Moving the slider up and down, you get all sorts of shades. 256 million possibilities. So that's one way of choosing colors. Okay, so I put this in, And this is definitely too dark, alright, but I can go in here and I can select the RGBs, pull down the values, adjust them that way, up and down the sliders, and then, which I'm sure you know anyway, I know this color scheme, so you see it changing. So there are lots of different ways of changing colors. However, this is an alpha setting, and what this does, it sets translucency, so you can slide up and down and it becomes more and more translucent. So you see it, yeah, like that. So you can have all sorts of different color effects as well, not just having to pick on a particular color. So if I go back down here and I end up with a color, and it's also somewhat translucent. So I'm going to, there you can see the base behind it. Yeah, only on that one color. The white is fully opaque, but the brown is partially translucent. So that's a interesting way to change colors. Okay, so there I've set it back to the blue that I want. So now I've got to start changing the shape. So I'm going to get rid of that border around it there. So I'm going to click on the line and I'm going to delete them. And you could have set the color with no line, of course, if you'd thought ahead. And then I'm going to use the selection tool. I'm going to start pulling in. So I'm just going to play around because I'm not very good at this. There we go. Pull this in. So it fits the base basically. Keep going backwards and forward for a test fit. Pull it out. Yeah. Pull that down a little bit. Tweak that. That in a little bit. I think I'll bow this out. Yeah, that looks better. More realistic for the lamp. But wider, the lamp dispersing. Okay. I'll set the color a little bit. Yeah. I'm having a difficult time seeing the colors, you know, so there we go. Play around. Put that on top of the base. Look, that looks good. Okay. Change the fill colors. I'll play around with this because I'm having trouble seeing, you know, the contrast between the base, the white background and the lava lamp colors. So I'll change the colors back later. There, that looks pretty good. So we've got the glass. I think, okay, and then we're going to have a brand new layer, and that's going to be the top. Right. There it is, which is actually just a miniaturized version of the bottom. So I'm going to go and grab one bit of it, copy paste onto the top, right? Copy and paste. I'll cut it out, Control X. Then I go back up to top layer, select the blank keyframe, paste it in, and then in it goes. And then we start tweaking it and resize and so on. Here we go. Drag that in here and there, pull this down. Okay, pull it down, maybe bow it out a bit. Let's see, tweak, zoom in, see what we've got. Oh, bits missing. Pull this side in a little bit, and that needs to come in, out. Here we go. Ooh, oh, missed. Back. Oh, no, not so bad. And then go bulge the sides, give the illusion of shape, and take this up a little bit, and you up, give it a rounded effect. Okay, how's that look? Let's zoom out, and let's see what we've got. Yay! Alright, a functioning lava lamp. Okay, now let's work on putting the blob inside the glass. So, it's going to sit beneath the glass layer. So what I do is I click, get myself a new layer. I'm going to call that blob. Here we are. And then I'm going to drag it underneath the glass. So everything goes behind the glass. Okay, now I'm going to start with a basic shape. Orange. I don't want a border on it. Okay. And then on the gray, I'm going to create my blob. Okay. And then I'm going to drag that behind there. But remember, I changed the colors because I couldn't see the background, so I'm going to have to go and fix my glass area. Okay, so I'm going to click on the glass, and then I'm going to I'm going to stop this and just reset my colors, which you don't need to watch me do. Okay, so for each of them, they're light colors, but they're very opaque. So on each of the colors that I use, so that I can see the blob behind, I'm going to need to change the alpha settings. Okay, 40% here. And you won't actually see it until you deselect the lava lamp. It looks like it's getting darker, but it's not. There we are, see? Now we can see what we're doing. There's our blob. Okay, so, you know, I don't like the black. I don't like the white background there. Now I can see it a lot better. Okay. Okay, I'm going to put the blob in place. Okay, and then I'm going to start shaping it. Now, get my select tool, I'm going to drag it so that it kind of hugs the bottom of the base. Okay, I'll zoom in. Okay, I get a better view and you can see I don't want it to drip over the base because that wouldn't look realistic. Let's get this in here. Oh, pull this down. There, that's a better fit. Okay, nice rounded shape. Pull you in. Okay, that looks good. Alright, I'm happy with the start. Lock the base. Well, you know, you can sit and tweak around with this till your heart's content. Get it nice and blobby looking though. There we are. Okay. Now, how do we want the blob to move over time? So, I'm going to go and select a blank keyframe, and then I'm going to change it from shape to point to point. So I'm going to need to extend the graphics out. Now, 12 frames a second, out to 100. So the top is going to go to 100, and that's going to be F5 to extend the background. There we go. Top is copied across. I'm going to repeat that with glass and the base, but not the blob. F5, so we can see everything. Okay. Now, I'm going to go to frame 20. I'm going to press F7 for a blank keyframe so I can change the shape, or I can modify the shape. So I'm going to, I'll do an F6, copy the blob over, and then I'm going to go in and I'm going to start adjusting, and we'll shape tween this. There we go. So the idea is that this is going to rise up because there's light beneath in the base, and then as it, let me change this color. And then as it gets to the top, it starts breaking apart because it's cooler up there, so the oil starts to fall to the bottom again and the blob begins. But I'm going to change these. So it starts off yellow, and then on frame 20 it starts moving up to kind of pinkish blob. Okay, so I'm going to select, and I'm going to go down to the shape tween. Okay, there we are. I can see what's happening. So this is our shape tween. I'm going to do the same 40, F6, get my selection tool, and then I'm going to start changing the shape, and I'm moving it up, there we are, and I'll change the color as well. Let's see, dark blue, there we are. Okay, so the tween's already in place, it carries over, but if it doesn't work, just highlight the layer and shape tween. Okay, just going to play around with this. There, that's good. Oh yeah, this is so retro. Same on 60, F6. There we go. Shape tween goes in. Move it up. Change the shape. Oh yeah, and the color. We are okay. Now we're going to have a yellow, blue. What have I not used? Purple. There we go. Right, nice subtle. It's working. Yay! Okay. Now, so the base is the light source for a lava lamp. Nice and hot, but as it gets up towards the top, cools down, and then it starts falling back down again. So we're going to start going down now. Okay. So I'm going to frame 80. And I'm on, that's me on 80. Shape tween, down it comes. Change the color. And throw you in. Ooh, that's kind of bright. Ooh, Kelly green. That's the same, isn't it? What did I do? Well, it might do. Get the paint bucket. That'll have to do. Okay, tweens are in. And shrinking down. This is taking place. And then over to 100. F6. And then I'm going to have it settle closer to the bottom. Not on the bottom yet, though. Because I'm going to show you a little trick. Pull this down. We'll change the color. Bright magenta. What haven't I used? I haven't used this one. Okay, so I'm not quite at the bottom yet. Okay, quick trick to show you here. Okay, we want it to settle at exactly the same point, the first point. So, not quite there. So what you do, I'm going to copy basically, click this one. This is the keyframe, first keyframe, and then I'm going to copy it and paste it over to the other end. So, I'm going to copy the frame. Okay, just this particular one. So things go to the exact position that they were right at the end. Okay, I go to the end of my animation. I'm going to go at 20 more frames. There we go. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to, on 120, I'm going to right click and I'm going to paste frames. Okay, and now what that has done is it's taken frame 1 and pasted it onto 120. Okay. Right, so that's how it looks. Goes back to the beginning. And then we're just going to extend, you know, the other 3 frames right over to 120. So I'm going to click and drag over. There we go. Or I can click there and F5 and F5 over. However you want to do it. So that is our lava lamp. Okay. Yep, that's it. Done.